welcome back to the most inconsistent crochet channel on the internet on this wonderful rainy Friday. And welcome back to my car. I'm Georgia, and this is Crocheting Chaos. Okay, let's be honest here. I'm not awake enough yet to be doing this. I'm not awake enough to be doing anything yet. I've been awake maybe an hour, and I am still pretty incoherent. I don't have enough caffeine in me. My nighttime medication where I can sleep is not out of my system yet, and I'm attempting to function like a human being. So far, it's going mid. So just bear with me here. I am currently crocheting a bath poof. This is such a mindless project, and I could have had this done last night, but I got sidetracked reading because that happens quite frequently. But yesterday, I had errands to do, and I went to Books A Million just because we happened to be in the mall. One of my adult children, the one that's always going shopping with me that I talk about all the time, was looking for a Papa 5 Perpetua Hot Topic exclusive Funko from the band Ghost. And it was showing out of stock everywhere, even online. Like, these things flew off the shelves. I mean, I get it. I really do. I get it. The band's amazing. The lead singer is completely unhinged. I love him. Their music is great. They have a cool concept thing going, blah, blah, blah. So we go to the mall in the next county over because our local Hot Topic didn't have them. And while we're in there, well, first of all, they found their Funko. But while they're in there, I found 2 new Dungeon Crawler Carl t-shirts that I don't have. I'm actually surprised I have not gone on indefinitely about this book series. If you haven't read it, read it. Get the audio book. It is the most amazing thing on the face of this planet. Like, I do not recommend this book enough. Or I should say book series. We're now on book 8, and if you haven't read it, you are seriously missing out. It is one of the most unhinged things on the face of the planet as far as literature goes. And yes, I am calling it literature. It is literature. For being lit RPG, this thing is way deeper than it should be. And it has a talking cat named Princess Donut. It's amazing. Okay, anyway, so I got 2 new Dungeon Crawler Carl t-shirts I don't have. I think I now have enough DCC t-shirts to wear one for every day of the week, which is amazing. I could do nothing but wear Dungeon Crawler Carl. So we go over to the Books A Million in the mall because there were a handful of books that I wanted to pick up that were not available at my local Barnes & Noble, and we were going to go over to the Barnes & Noble that was like 5 minutes from the mall and look for them. But instead, I found 2 of the books that I was looking for. I found one of those being the new DC Compact Edition of The Flash. I found the graphic novel of the first half of the Dungeon Crawler Carl webtoon. And I found a 3rd book that I didn't know that had been released, and it's the 3rd book in the Bob series. Again, I'm I haven't gotten to the series yet. I have the first 3 books. I believe this is a reprint. It was one of those things that was recommended by another author. In this case, it happened to be Matt Denneman, who wrote Dungeon Crawler Carl. So I'm like, I have to read this. And I love Matt Denneman's writing so much that I will read anything this man recommends. So I have the Bob series, and I don't know how quickly they're reissuing the books, but I seem to be able to pick one up maybe every 3-4 months. I don't know if I want to wait till I get them all to read it just in one go, where I'm not waiting for the next book, or if I just want to sit down and read it after I'm done with Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 8, A Parade of Horribles, and then after that I want to read He Who Fights with Monsters, also lit RPG and recommended by Matt Denneman. I don't know if I want to read it after that, or if I want to start reading some of the books that have been sitting on my desk since mid-semester that have been recommended through my MFA program. I'll figure it out. But right now, Book 8, Dungeon Crawler Carl, A Parade of Horribles is where I'm at. And as always, the audiobook narrator, Jeff Hayes, is amazing. This man, I don't know how he does it. He does voices, individual voices for each of the characters, and somehow he keeps over 200 named characters straight. This man is amazing. Okay, so we go into Books A Million. I get my books, and my spawn is looking at a DCC bookmark sticker they found. And apparently they were trying to figure out if I had that one. I'm like, you're looking at a Dungeon Crawler Carl bookmark or sticker. And they're like, yeah, I think you have this one. And the bookseller, being the helpful and kind gentleman that he was, it's like, oh, hey, if you're interested, we have this entire Dungeon Crawler Carl display over here. And I'm like, this dude, like, thanks. And on one hand, I'm like, oh, hey, he's like feeding into my obsession with this book series. On the other hand, like, he's going to make a sale. Which is he going for here? And, he's a little familiar with DCC. He's reading the graphic novel. And he asked me how closely it followed to the book. I'm like, it's pretty good. It follows real closely. Like, they did good. But go listen to the audiobook. So I'm going through the display, and I had to get a Dungeon Crawler Carl water bottle, or not water bottle, well, drinking cup, drinking glass. It's got a straw. It's a 2-layer thing. It's a tumbler. Yeah. I found a tote bag that says new achievement, you can read. And on the back it says, ask me about Princess Donut. I found a couple stickers I didn't have. And I think that's it. But anyway, I have this DCC tumbler that's got hearts all over it to match his boxer shorts. And I actually put water in it and drank water. Rather than just caffeinated bottled Starbucks. So maybe I just need a fun thing to drink water out of that's not like horribly intimidating, like my metal water bottle thing that I put DCC stickers all over. I don't know. I just, looking at a glass of water for some reason just intimidates me. And I can't stand tap water or purified water. And I will only drink spring water. I'm some sort of weird water snob, but I hate the taste of tap water. I hate the taste of purified water. Like, maybe this is something that, like, from growing up in the country and having well water that tastes like minerals all the time. Maybe that's what I think water's supposed to taste like. Actually, I don't know what water's supposed to taste like because we put so many chemicals in it to clean it, because we have to recycle things like toilet water and everything. And yeah, I know I just made drinking water really, like using tap water, really weird, but it is what it is. So yeah, maybe that's just what my brain is. It's just like, oh hey, you need to drink water that tastes like water, like either out of a cistern, which is a rainwater catch, or a well, which tastes like minerals, or spring water, which also kind of tastes a little bit like minerals and dirt and all the other, and fish spawn. I don't know. I'm weird. I've got nothing. So I didn't get all my books, but I got a bunch of Dungeon Crawler Carl stuff, and I'm happy. And I will support Matt Dinniman in this book series unconditionally because I just love it. And it is the most unhinged thing that I have read, and I love it. It's so much deeper, as I said, than it should be for what it is. And I wish I could write like Matt. Well, I also wish I could write like John Scalzi, but maybe one day. Okay, now that I am done rambling on about Dungeon Crawler Carl for 10 minutes, let's get to what this video is, what this channel is about, what this channel is supposed to be about. Yeah, that's right. I know what I'm doing. It's just 3 double crochet in each stitch all the way around for like 3 or 4 rows. I can do this. This takes no thought. This takes no thought at all. I got this. Maybe. That's where it needed to go. I'm like, is that the stitch that I'm supposed to be going into? Yeah. I have, counting this video, I have 3 weeks of videos filmed from my car. It's like going to be more than 2 hours of footage with like the clips that I've put in with like a yarn haul. I think there's only one yarn haul. Stuff that I've made. I didn't necessarily film a little clip showing off everything that I've made over the last week and a half, but I do have pictures and I will insert those. And whatever else that I had. Oh, my existential crisis that I had that was kind of weird. I discovered how many crochet patterns I actually own. And since I did that, like the count has changed slightly, but take a guess down below how many crochet patterns I have. I'm going to do a final count before I post everything, and or as close to a final count as I can do as of today. And we'll go over that. But put your guess down below in the comments. How many crochet patterns do I have? And this is not counting books. I could actually quickly give a count of the number of crochet books that I have. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this footage and I'm going to cut it up and put the most interesting things in here, I guess, and get a video together. I spent last week just rambling on about who knows what, and I don't know how much is interesting or usable. When I say interesting, I have to keep in mind that I don't find my own life and my own projects interesting because I'm the one living it and doing it. But other people out there are like, yeah, this is cool, because they're not the ones doing it. Like, they're taking inspiration from other people and seeing what other people are doing as a way to share their yarn hobby. And I have to remember this. Where is the I'm trying to find where I started this round. Okay, maybe halfway done. The thing, this oh my god, scrunchie. This bath poof started out weird because I'm using the Crafter Secret cotton. I thought that I had the variegated yellow from Lily Sugar and Cream, and I don't. I swear I have this yarn, and nope. I've gone through all my Lily Sugar and Cream. It's nowhere to be found. Maybe I used it at some point and don't remember. But I found this color at Hobby Lobby. It's called Sun and Shadow. And this is the only reason I went in there, was I was looking for striped yellow yarn. Because this is for my oldest son, and his favorite color is yellow. And after I picked this up, I went into Michael's and I found the Loops and Threads cotton, which I am not a huge fan of. It doesn't seem to glide properly on the hook. It's like whatever they starched it with, it was starched unevenly, and some parts glide properly, other parts don't. It's a whole thing. I don't like working with it. But I found the striped yellow white cotton that I thought that I had, and I just decided to go with this. But this was my Hobby Lobby yarn haul. Like 2 skeins of this. This is what I went in there for. I actually bought what I went in there for, and not a bunch of extra stuff, which was really cool. It happens every now and again. So, I am crocheting a bath poof for my son out of Hobby Lobby cotton yarn, and I didn't bring the second skein with me, so if I run out of this in the next hour, I don't have anything to do. Yeah. Okay. But I forgot what I was saying. I'll do a slideshow or something of everything that I've made. I will piece together everything else, and I'll come up with a video that's not horribly long to watch. That's my goal. Because honestly, at this point, I don't know what I rambled on about in the other 2 carved video clips that I have. I'm trying to get better at recording and posting. I'm doing fine recording. I'm not doing brilliantly, but I'm doing fine. It's mostly that I don't like all the noise in my house. My house is so chaotic, and I really don't want everybody exposed to my son's game rage. And I love it. Like he's much quieter. Like the first 3 or 4 days after therapy, it's great. And he's working now, so he's tired, and he's calming down a little bit, which is cool. So there's that. But I'll come up with some kind of coherent, cohesive, interesting video for you guys. The yarn buying ban that I tried to put myself on is a failure. Every month I'm like, okay, I'm going to start over. I'm not going to buy any yarn this month, and I buy yarn. Okay, that's annoying. Where's my remote? I hate that flickering that my strip lighting does, but it adds so much more light. I have lost my phone stand. I have lost my ring light. I really need to clean my desk again. I made a little cat toy yesterday that I put catnip in, and where Gordon had eaten holes in the bag, which I didn't realize were as bad as they were, I ended up with catnip all over me, all over my desk, like just everywhere. And of course, Urs comes up here and he's digging through this little dish of mine that I've got like needles and stitch markers and stuff, and I just dumped a stitch marker on the floor. But the little baubles that you need for crocheting, and he's digging through, there's like needles in there. I'm like, what are you doing, you idiot? Like, yeah, he's a creamsicle cat, but the orange is very strong with him. It's like you were not digging through needles because there is catnip all over my desk. Will you just stop? So today I really need to clean my desk, and I promise this pile back here it's getting better. I started at that end. I can actually get to my yarn shelves again, and I've got a lot of yarn put away. I've got a lot more to put away. I got all my books put, well, 90% of my books put away that I needed to. I've got the camera, the phone stacked up on books again because I lost the phone stand that I recently bought. But I'm slowly, it's slowly happening. Everything goes slow. I work on things like this type of thing until my body says no, and then I have to stop because otherwise I'm going to be a bigger mess than what I already am. So I got yarn today. This is from Love Crafts. This is the paint box cotton that I ordered. It is so nice to have a smaller box instead of like these massive things that I get from Premier that I can't fit anywhere because chenille yarn takes up so much space. But this is the paint box cotton that I ordered, and I'm really hoping that I like this yarn because there are just so many colors available. I mean, since Joanne went out of business, I have been trying so many different yarns and to find new stuff. And oh hey, I forgot that I ordered this bag of Debbie Bliss. What color is this? Well, this is that green that I wanted. I think this is fern. Okay, this is Debbie Bliss DK cotton. It's in a green shade. Like I said, I think it's fern. That matches this skirt that I recently bought that I want to make something to go with it. For some reason, I thought that I ordered this color in paint box, but I didn't. I did the Debbie Bliss, and I know that I like Debbie Bliss cotton. I've used it before. The first time I got it at my local yarn store. It has sort of gone out of business. The owner had 2 stores, and after the pandemic, one of them was closed, and they kept the second one. But when I went in there, the owner was very much, one of those, oh, you crochet, you're not going to want anything in this store. Like, I'm not going to help you. You should be knitting type people. And since the pandemic and everything, I think it's her daughter that works in the other store now with her, and her daughter crochets, so she's like really changed her attitude. And I'll go in there now and buy stuff, but it was that first trip into their second store that I bought some Debbie Bliss cotton, and I really liked it. So, like, it's something that I know that I like and I'll buy. It's just a little more difficult to find sometimes. My yarn is warm. Okay, so what I did, they were selling the yarn in packets of 5. So I have 5 of each of these skeins, and here I thought that they were going to be bagged or something, and they're not. They're just thrown in here piddly piddly, because of course they are. So I need to straighten this out. The purple, yeah, so let's see what I got here. Is there any other color that's the, I think I've got everything. I have this light yellow, and again, this is, oh, they have, okay, this is banana cream, and I don't know if you can see the color. Let me, there, I'll get it up nice and close. I think I'm gonna like working with this. This is somewhere between like the really soft cotton, like I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby or even Debbie Bliss, and like your kitchen cottons, like really sugar and cream. It's somewhere in between there. I like the feel of it more than the 24/7 cotton. But I got this in DK, and it's like a DK weight cotton that I have a hard time finding. I can find worsted weight cotton easily, and you know what? The cotton fair that I use from Premier is a cotton acrylic mix, and then there's the hipster cotton, which is variegated. That's a 3, and the cotton sprout, that's 100% cotton, and that's a 3. Okay, so I have found a lot of DK weight cotton. I'm full of it. I don't remember what I'm buying, but this is banana cream. There's 5 of these. This is gray. I don't know why I got gray, but it's misty gray. It's a really pale gray. There's 5 of those. Macaroon green. It's a mint green. I wish that these colors were better. If I turn on the thing here, it's gonna flicker, but it might help make out some of the colors. The macaroon green, the gray, the banana cream. Yeah, that looks right. Dusty rose, that's purple. When people say rose, I think a red or a pink. This one's a purple. 5 of these. Washed teal. 5 of these. And let me make sure that I only did 5 for 5. Okay, yeah, and 5 black. That's what's in here. But I have never been so, that flickering bothers me. I have never been so concerned about the tracking number before, because Lovecraft ships with, they use Amazon as a shipping partner, and my tracking never updated until it was delivery time, and that was really freaking me out. It's usually a sign that something's been lost when it doesn't update, but it's here, and I need to remember what I ordered this for and make whatever it is that I wanted to do, and let you guys, and like do a full review and let you guys know what I think of it. And that's what I have for the moment. Or I'm not going to buy any patterns this month, and then I buy patterns. And I have a pattern problem. Like, I need a 12-step program here. I need to stop watching videos where people are doing like this week's makes. I'm looking at you, Nicole, over at Be a Flamingo. Like, they show these really cute things that they've made, and I'm like, I want to make that. And then I go and buy patterns. Like, you guys are a bad influence on me. I have over 1,300 patterns. I have a problem, guys. This is bad. I have a problem. And since I did that count, I have bought a handful more of patterns and downloaded a bunch of free patterns. It's problematic. Like, I need a serious 12-step program. I need you guys to quit making cute stuff and showing it off where I'm like, oh hey, I need that. I want to make that. I'm never gonna, like, between all of the patterns that I've bought, and that's not even counting my pattern books, and all the books that I have that I need, that are on my TBR list, I'm not gonna be allowed to die. Like, I have to catch up on all this stuff before I can die. Like, I don't know. The first step in overcoming a problem is to admit you have a problem. I'm admitting I have a problem. I have a real problem. It's serious. Since the end of 2003, beginning of 2004, I have purchased or downloaded well over 1,300 patterns. This is what's on my computer and what's on my storage drive. Okay, friends, let this number sink in. We have to do some math here. We've got 1,832 plus the 6 that I found on my phone gives a total of 1,865 plus the 32 acquired since I took these screenshots comes to a grand total of 1,897 patterns. Anybody else have this problem? And I can't be the only one. I can't be alone in this. So this week has brought a plethora of videos on the use of generative AI by Hobby, the yarn company in Denmark. I mean, we've all used them. Their yarn is good. It's affordable. For being overseas, shipping is really quick. But now that they've been bought by a private equity firm, things are more than a little sus. So many people have talked about this that there's not a lot that I can add to the conversation at this point. But I am bringing it up because this advert right here I see on the regular on my phone's newsfeed. Like, I what is it? I swipe right and I get a news feed, and without fail, this advert is there at least once, sometimes 2 or 3 times. And I have been convinced for some time that this advert has been AI generated. I mean, I am like 89% sure that it has been AI generated. I asked somebody else for their opinion, and they blew it up, and they found like the AI artifacting and stuff in some of the yarns. And if they think, if Hobby thinks that using AI to make adverts is cool, then I'm really not cool with them. Because AI, what is depicted in this image, this yarn does not exist, and they are promoting something that does not exist. This brings me to this next advert. This is a new one that's been showing up on my feed. And if you take a look at it, the colors on the project do not match the colors in the yarn skein, especially that blue. The purple is a bit off as well. It looks more pink in the project than it does in the skein where it looks more purple. But I have this yarn sitting on one of my shelves and it does not look like this. I promise you, they did something to this skein and the colors are off. So something's going on here. Like, I don't think they're telling us the entire story. Do I have anything else? Anything? Okay, yes, I do. I want to talk about my website that I want to put together briefly. I think that I may do some crochet blogging on there. I used to run a blog and it was kind of fun, but I never knew what to post because I just don't know what to post because I know other people are going to be reading this. And like I said, I don't find my life interesting. Other people do. I don't. Whatever. When you're living something, unless something extraordinary happens, you're just kind of like, it's life. This is my life. So I might do a little bit of blogging on it. I want to start putting my writing up there. I may or may not, I don't know, put some stuff up to purchase as far as ebooks go. I mean, this is like a long-term thing. I mean, I could self-publish through Amazon, but I have issues with KDP, and that's something for another day and something other than a crochet blog, vlog, podcast, to whatever. And I'm fine with self-publishing. It is, like if I have my own website, it's all on me to maintain and so forth and so on. I could be submitting my stuff to putting my stuff up on Submittable for magazines to pick up, like literary magazines. But I also, while I want to do that, because hey, that's a good way to get paid. They go like a lot of people, unless you are part of the literary world, like as an MFA student or like a diehard sci-fi fan or a writer, like like it's but even then, like some people may or may not know about it. It's just this whole thing. The literary marketplace is weird and the audience is weird. It's just a really niche thing. I don't think that anything that I would write would reach a big enough audience. And I understand why Matt Dinniman and John Scalzi originally put their stuff up on their website for free. It allows more eyes to be on it than, say, if something was published in Clark's World, which, how many people, like, I know about Clark's World because I am a huge sci-fi fan, but it's not something you can necessarily go into like Barnes and Noble or Books a Million and find sitting on the shelf with the other magazines. So there are advantages to putting it up on like my own website. So this is something that I am seriously considering doing, along with like maybe full ebooks, like I said, later down the line, and just selling things that way. That's one thought that I have, and on like one side of the blog, because I want to put my crochet stuff and my writing stuff together on one blog, on one website. And I do have a domain for it and everything. And because I don't want to maintain like a bunch of separate websites for stuff. And I also, as far as crochet goes, I don't write a lot of crochet patterns. I'm currently working on figuring out how a specific AI skirt was made, because it's totally doable and I just need to sit down and work on it. Like, I'll put that up. As far as crochet patterns go, this is something I might decide to, or well, crochet things in general, I might decide just to sell through Coffee. I that's my current thought at the moment, like have a direct on the website to Coffee, or I don't know. I was playing with Shopify and I'm not finding it horribly intuitive, and I do know how to like code things myself. I taught myself HTML like back a while ago. And if I had to, I could code my own website. I don't want to pay. When I had my own website, I was paying $126 a year for hosting, and I don't want to do that again. Like, my website did not bring in any income, and it got, in my brain, it got to be kind of an expensive hobby. So there's that. But what I want to do is like start crocheting up some things and putting them up for sale on the website. And I do realize that there are two different crochet audiences, those who crochet and those who don't but want crochet items. And I'm not sure how to balance that. If anybody has any ideas, let me know, because that's reaching two different audiences. Like the people who crochet, I realize they want things like Ami sticks and stitch markers and patterns, and I'm almost done with this yarn and I didn't bring any more. Great. So that's the thing, but I'm wanting to put things that I've made up on the website for free, or not for free. Oh my God, I am not crocheting for free. That's insanity. That's insanity, crocheting stuff and then putting it up as giveaways for everything. Oh my God, I need to wake up, man. I'm putting stuff up for sale. I've tossed around the idea of Palm Street, but I haven't quite figured that out. But what it comes down to here is, one, the economy sucks, And two, I am going into teaching. I'm writing, and as a writer, you need a real job, unless you're the likes of Stephen King, and then you don't have to worry about anything. But especially starting out, writers don't make a whole lot of money, and what they do bring in is kind of sporadic. It's not like a stable income. And I used to do freelance writing, and I will not go back to that for so many reasons. That is very much an area where companies take advantage of writers and people starting out wanting to be writers, writing web content. Oh, you're writing for exposure. I just spent 3 hours researching what you needed and another hour writing it up, and I'm doing this for exposure and my portfolio. No. No. I hold English degrees, just not one. I have a bachelor's in English, both literature and creative writing. I have an MA in English literature. I have a folklore graduate certificate, which falls under English. Why? I don't know. It just does. Probably because we study things like fairy tales and we do research and we do English type things while studying culture. I am 4 classes away from having an MFA. I have a degree to teach English to high schoolers. I am not writing for exposure. That is, no. If I want to be underpaid, I'll go work at a bookstore just because I get an employee discount. No. But freelance writing, like even writing novels, is not like steady income. Like you get paid in lumps. It's a whole thing. It's fine. I know what I'm getting into. It's what I want to do. Teaching, you get paid once a month, and then when you have, people are like, oh, hey, teaching must be great because you get the summers off. You also don't get paid for the summers. If you're not working, if you're not sitting in a room with 30 middle schoolers or high schoolers yelling 6-7 every 5 minutes, you don't get paid. That's the reality. So, my thought is starting a small crochet business and selling the things that I make. Excuse me. And that's that. I don't know if I want to do markets. Probably not, because a lot of them are going to be outside and we end up with extremely hot and humid summers and my body will be like, no. Because yeah, that kind of heat really screws with my chronic health problems on the somewhat regular, because there are like certain body systems I can't regulate well, like my body temperature and stuff. So that is probably not a good idea, but we'll see. So there's that. I want to make things and sell them. because honestly, everything I want to make, I don't have the room to keep it. And I just made a bunch of stuff and gave to a friend of mine. In fact, that was most of my makes for this week, last week, the last week and a half, the last something. And I gave them to her yesterday, and she is really the sort of person that appreciates more than anything if somebody does something nice for her. So that was that. And she was like, you didn't have to get me anything. I'm like, I didn't get you anything. I made you stuff. She's like, well, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, tough. But it was funny. You didn't have to get me anything. No, I didn't. I made you things. Shut up. So those are my plans for the website. Once I get it up, I will let everybody know where it is. And that's all that I have for today. I'm going to try to get a regular schedule going. Oh, there is something I want to talk about briefly. I almost forgot. While, actually, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to make it its own short video. Yeah. I just lost my train of thought. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever it is you do. Have a great day. Have a day. Like, I don't know. It's like you go in the store and people are like, have a great day, have a blessed day, have a wonderful day. And I'm just like, just have a day, like, go out there, carpe diem, seize the world, have a day, live your best life possible. But again, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever it is you do, and I will see you in the next video. Or more likely, you will see me. I'm not going to see you. I'm behind the camera. I'm behind the phone. I can't see you, but you can see me. So, yeah, goodbye.